Hello everyone, good evening and Jai Hind. I hope all of you are doing well. So I guess I am properly audible and visible to all of you. Good evening everyone and welcome to Khan Global Studies. Good evening. Okay, so first of all, welcome to the session. Now, in the last week, we have discussed many such editorials, and in this week also, we are going to discuss some editorials. So, tell me one thing, like we have been discussing this on continuous basis. So, those who are starting new, or those who have been like seeing the current affairs from previous 1 year also, like in the present times, are you like getting this a better perspective on the topics or not? Okay. आपकी class about which class, Harshita? Like this current affair class? Dekho, we are trying to cover many of the things in the current affairs in this daily current affair classes also. But apart from this, we are also doing some current affairs. Apart from this, we are also doing some current affairs in our Adhyan batch as well. And in case of Adhyan batch, what we are doing, we are not just like talking only about the current affairs. We are also doing regular practice of it, like answer writing also. Then we are also doing this MCQ solving on the basis of these current affairs. Along with it, there are many other components also. Like we are making a strategy for the mains preparation, and also we are starting with this like preparation of the static topics also. Like we are going to revise some MCQs from static topics for the prelims also from August onwards. Okay. So that is a different thing altogether. Like in the Adhyan batch, we are discussing all these things, like the wholesome preparation for the entire UPSC, ranging from current affairs to strategy to answer writing to MCQs, everything is there. That is one thing which is required, Shikha, because the editorial part which we are discussing, the one which is important for your perspective building, we are doing it here on the YouTube only. Okay. We are doing this editorial discussion on YouTube, and in case of this Adhyan batch, we are doing many things: current affairs plus mains themes, plus now we are starting with prelims themes. Then we are also doing this answer writing. So that is altogether different thing. So now in the today's session, the topics which we are going to discuss, one such topic is about the aviation sector reforms. This is one of the topic which we are going to discuss. The second topic which we are going to discuss, in today's session, it is going to be about this, the European Union's digital safety policy. We have this one thing about European Union digital safety policy. So that is the second topic which we will discuss today. The third topic is from nuclear policy. Like government has said this, that they are going to bring some reform in the nuclear policy of India, especially with respect to private sector participation. Then we are going to talk about this voting pattern of India in United Nations. Okay. So this is one topic which we are going to see. Then we will also talk about this one place in news, that is Ethiopia and Eritrea, that what dispute is going on, why it is there in the news. And then we will talk about the Moon Day. Okay. We are also going to do this Moon Day, discuss about this Moon Day. So these are the topics which we are going to discuss in today's session. Registration close date. Right now I don't have idea about this, that when is the registration closing. Okay. So I am not having any such exact idea about the end date of it. Okay. So these are the topics which we are going to discuss. But before this, let us see some questions. This is the first one with reference to PM Dhanya Dhan Krishi Yojana. Consider the following statement. It has been launched for a period of 6 years. It will focus on increasing farmers' income in district having higher productivity and better credit facilities. It provides for a fund of 1 lakh crore additional fund for its implementation. Here the question is asking which of them are not correct. I am changing the question a little bit. Which of the statements given above are not correct? With reference to PM Dhanya Dhan Krishi Yojana, which of the statement given above are not correct? We have discussed about this on I think Friday or Thursday. We have discussed about this one topic, PM Dhanya Dhan Krishi Yojana. This is the new scheme of Government of India, and like the aspirational district program, this is also going to focus on those districts where productivity is lower. First thing is productivity is on the lower side. Second part is there is also moderate cropping intensity and lower credit disbursement or lower credit parameters. So on these three bases they are going to decide. The first is correct, that it has been launched for a period of 6 years. It will focus on increasing farmers' income in district having higher productivity. That is incorrect. The one where lower productivity is there, they are going to focus on this part. Okay. And there is no such additional funding. There is no such additional funding. It is only about convergence of the existing schemes. So here the answer is B option. Consider the following: solar, hydro, nuclear. What is the correct ascending order of energy capacity, installed energy capacity of the above in India? What is the correct ascending order of installed energy capacity of the above in India? Solar, hydro, nuclear. Yes, on Thursday we have discussed about this. So what will be the correct answer here? The correct ascending order. First option is saying 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2. C option. Okay, I think most of people have gone for option number C. Anyone changing their option? Anyone bringing any change in their answer? I can give you one hint. This one is like this one is having the lowest share. So any change in your answer? D option and B option. If we look at this, nuclear is having the least portion, less than 2%. Then after you have hydro around 10.6%, 10.2%. And then after you have solar. Solar is now the highest. It is around 23%. So solar is having the higher one. Solar is having the higher one. So it will be the first one, 3, then 2, then 1. It will be nuclear, hydro and solar. That is going to be the ascending order. Ascending order. So here the answer is going to be option number B, that is 3, 2, 1. Now, I think this is quite easy question. The Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee functions under which ministry? Ministry of Science and Technology, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Ministry of Agriculture and Ministry of Consumer Affairs. So, B option. Okay. So see, when we talk about this, the Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee is not under the Ministry of Science and Tech, even though it is giving this approval for genetic crops or genetically engineered crops. But despite this, what we see that the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, this is the ministry under which we have this presence of Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee. Okay. So here the answer is option number B. Okay. Here the answer is option number B. Now see, like there is one question from Harshita that should she be joining in Adhyan batch or not? So let me tell you, like when we are talking about Adhyan batch, see what we are doing right now in Adhyan batch. First thing is we are doing current affairs from where January 25 to like mains 26. This is one part. We are doing mains themes, mains current affair themes. Okay. We are having answer writing. We are also having this answer writing in here. Okay. Like weekly we are having this answer writing. At the same time, we are also having this strategy for prelims and mains. So we are also having this strategy for prelims and mains. So all these things are part of Adhyan batch. So on the basis of it, you can decide. Okay. On the basis of this, you can decide that what will be more suitable for you. Now, coming to today's topic, we have this one thing, one editorial, which is about the aviation sector reforms. Now, in the recent times, you may have seen that like there was a tragic Air India crash. Following that event, we have seen there have been a lot of discussion about air safety. In recent times also, we have seen there has been emergency landing of some of the planes. Some of the planes have dropped by thousands of feet in the air, which has again raised concern in the people. So there is one challenge. That aviation sector has come under this scrutiny about this like challenges which are there. The first thing which we are going to see that what is the management of this aviation sector, like how it is going on, what is the management structure of this like this entire portion of aviation sector in India. Okay. So here we have first thing, like the first part of it is about the aircraft. The first section is about aircraft. So we have this one thing like how it is being designed. Like one of the section is about the design, maintenance. This is one of the angle which we have to see with respect to the aircraft. Second part is like the operator, the various companies who are there, the one who are operating it, the different airlines we are having from like Air India, Indigo, or the different other airline operators which are there. Okay. So they have this entire thing, like they have the maintenance, they have the engineers, technicians, cabin crew, pilots, etc. They are maintaining all this part. They are purchasing it from some company, like Boeing is one of the supplier, okay, or Airbus is one of the supplier. So what we see that there are multiple types of aircraft companies who are building, designing it. Then the operator is there. Then we have also this one thing, we have the operator. Then we have the third one, air traffic controller. Air traffic controller, the one who is controlling the air traffic control. Okay. And this is basically the Airport Authority of India. The Airport Authority of India, AAI, the Airport Authority of India. They are basically the air traffic controller. Okay. So this is the responsibility of Airport Authority of India. Now at the same time, we have a Directorate General of Civil Aviation. We have the fourth one, which is Directorate General we have this another part called as Directorate General of Civil Aviation. So this Directorate General of Civil Aviation is basically like regulating all these three. It is trying to regulate, it is trying to control all these things. They are having the control over the airlines also. They are having control over the aircraft designs also. They are also having regulation even on the Airport Authority of India. So DGCA is regulating all of them. And above DGCA, we have the Ministry of Civil Aviation. Okay. So DGCA and AAI, they comes under Ministry of Civil Aviation. Ministry of Civil Aviation. So Airport Authority of India is also looking at the air traffic controllers, means ATC. They are being regulated by Airport Authority of India. DGCA is overall looking at them, and then they are all coming under this Ministry of Civil Aviation. So that is one basic organization, that how these things are organized. Okay. Now coming to this one part, that what are the challenges? What are the challenges in the aviation sector as of now? Okay. So let us see them one by one, that what are the challenges which have been highlighted by this editorial. Okay. What are the challenges which have been highlighted? The first thing is flight time duty limitations. Now what we see that, like nowadays, due to huge commercial demand, there is a huge commercial demand of aviation in India. There is huge demand of aviation sector in India, and many of the pilots are working overtime, even if they are fatigued, even if they have like become tired, then also they are supposed to operate, or they are supposed to fly the aeroplanes. So there is intense pressure of them. There is intense pressure on them. So that is also one of the part. Okay. Second part is like, now suppose that if there is a intense pressure on some employees, if there is a intense pressure on some employees, or suppose if they want to have another pilot, like suppose we have got Indigo, Air India, SpiceJet, so many companies are there. Now on a particular day, if a SpiceJet is there, if they are having lack of pilots, so can they get one from Air India, or can they get one from Indigo? The answer is no. So what we see that, like the pilot mobility across airlines is restricted. Okay. So what we see that, restricted mobility of pilots across airlines. So restricted mobility of pilots across airlines. That is the third part. Now at the same time, there is third very important angle of it, the cabin crew. The cabin crew. Now the question is, what is their main role? What is their main role? The main role of the cabin crew is to ensure the safety of passengers. Okay. If we talk about their main role, that is safety of passengers. Their main role is safety of passengers. But in actual, what role they are performing there? Airline operators, airline companies are like compelling them to focus more on sales or focus more on commercial activities rather than the passenger safety. Yeah. So what we see that, like too much burden of commercial activity. So the cabin crew which is there, their main role is to just have the passenger safety. Their main role is to ensure this passenger safety, but instead they are mainly being focused on hospitality. They are being focused on hospitality. Okay. So that is also one of the main part. Okay. So there is also one thing. Okay. So what we see that there is focus on profitability. There is focus on profitability rather than safety compliance. So many of the airline operators, their primary focus is to just have this as many commercial activities they can do, as many continuous flights they can have. Okay. You may have seen this, that many a times if you are going to any of the flights, you will find this, that a flight has just come after a journey of 1 hour or 1.5 hours, and immediately the same flight is being sent back also. So flight is going in the same manner as the buses of any municipal authorities or DTC or like any other city bus. So what we see that they are being operated in the same manner as the city bus. They are reaching to the depot and then they are again carrying the passengers. They are going out. So what we see that there is this one challenge, that the safety, the proper check of the airlines is not being done many a times, or it is being done in a hasty manner. So that is one of the major challenge. Okay. So what we see that at the same time there is also one angle that there are certain officers in airline. There are DGCA appointed officers in airlines. So they are expected to enforce compliance, but again they have no such authority. So they have got the accountability, but they don't have the authority. Okay. So here we see that there is also one thing, DGCA, they have appointed officers. They have appointed officers. So they are there to enforce compliance. But then there is lack of authority. That even if some airline is not doing something properly, their options are quite limited. Okay. So there is also one thing. Then another part is shortage of air traffic control operators. So here also there is shortage of the staff there also. And if someone is doing whistleblowing, like if someone is bringing this corruption or someone is showing what is the problem with the aviation sector, they are often being demoted, transferred or terminated. So no protection for the whistleblower. So that is also one thing. That is also one of the major challenges. Due to all these factors, the civil aviation sector in India has been seeing a number of problems in the recent times. Okay. There was a movie, I think you might have seen it. There was a movie, I think the name was Go Goa Gone or some Dhamal or some movie was there, in which Vijay Raj is playing that character of air traffic control. Okay. So air traffic control operator, like if you have to come to a halt on any of the on any of the airport, so first you have to take the permission from ATC operator. I don't know if you have seen that movie or not. There is a role which is performed by Vijay Raj, I think. So he is playing that role of ATC operator. Dhamal movie. Okay. So this is one thing. So there was shortage of operators there also. There is shortage of operators here also. Yeah. In reality also there is shortage of the operators. So if you are thinking like how the aviation works and all, yes, लाल बटन नहीं दबाना था, तो same thing is going here also. So this is one such issue with aviation sector in India. Right side क्यों नहीं लिखते? Okay, I will change this format. Okay, I will change this format. I will shift it to this side from next class. So this is one thing like, and there is another problem. There is another problem in many of the airports of India, like in Mumbai also, in other parts also. Many of the buildings have been created. Many of the high-rise buildings have been created in the vicinity of airports. So there is one challenge that also, that many of the high-rise buildings have been created just in the vicinity of this airport. Like just at Mumbai airport, there are around 5,000 obstructions. There are around 5,000 identified obstructions. So this is one thing, like the high-rise buildings in the vicinity of airports, that is also a major challenge. You may have seen recently that there is one thing called as Hindon Airport or some other airport which is being constructed near this part of Noida, okay, in the outer areas of Noida. So now there has been an order that around in 20 to 25 kilometers of that area, no new houses will be constructed. So that is one thing which is required. You cannot have construction in the airport area. High-rise buildings are a major threat to it. So this is one part about aviation safety in case of India. Now coming to the second topic. Which is about European Commission's age plan to keep children safe online. Okay. So there is this one concern. Okay. What we see that nowadays we have the digital world, and in this digital world there is a concern for children. There is a concern for children. What is this concern all about? That what content they are consuming. What content they are consuming. This is one of the major challenge. What content they are consuming. So in the light of this, the European Commission is coming with a plan. The plan is about age verification. The plan is about age verification of like any such website or any such like platform. Okay. So here what we see that, like, just to give an idea, suppose you are using Netflix, okay, and there is a child in your house also, they are also using Netflix. So now in Netflix, you have this one option that you can create a kids account, and then next Netflix, or not about Netflix only, about anyone. So they are doing this one part, that they are providing an option that for child you can create a separate profile, and they are expecting this, that if a child profile has been created, the children who are there, they will come and click only on the child profile. They are not going to the adult's profile. They are not going to the adult member's profile. If children were like this, then we had no such worries. You know that if you ask the children that you don't have to jump from here, if you like ask them to stand on a chair and then you will ask them that you don't have to jump below, they will do that for sure. If you ask them not to do something, they will do that. That is what children are. If you ask them not to shout, they will shout. If you ask them not to play, they will play. So if you want to control child like this, that you have to open Facebook only for the child content. Do you really think that they will go like that? So in this case, the European Commission is saying this, like its commission is saying that they will have age verification for every platform or website. That they will have age verification for every platform or website. Now the thing is, how are you going to verify this? On what basis you are going to verify this? Are you going to give them a table that try to memorize this table from 1 to 10? You will be asked question. If you have to open Netflix, first you have to write the table of 13. It will not be like that. There will be use of either the biometric verification, okay, or there can be use of the digital ID, or there can be use of any such like identity card. They can verify it on two bases. You can verify it on two bases. There can be an ID card which can be created, or there can be a biometric. Okay. So what we see that, like what options are there? One is biometric. Okay. One is identity card. That on the basis of this, you can go for identification. These are the two ways of identifying it. Now here, there are two concerns. Okay. First thing is, what about this data? What about this data? Okay. Second thing, privacy of the users. Like suppose that if anyone has to watch a movie, like if you have to watch a movie, like you have two options. On one side you can watch the Panchayat series, or on the other side you have this option, Special Ops 2.0. So when you are going to the website and there is a age-based verification that before accessing this content, you will have to verify your age, either giving your like ID card, or you can go for the biometric based identification. So in both these cases, there is a challenge that someone is going to see that what content I am about to watch on my platform, what content a person is going to watch on any platform. So this is one of the challenge. Okay. Now this is one thing. That first part is this data, second part is users. The third part is the third challenge, that the implementation or enforcement. Like this is the world of internet. And in this age, how are you going to regulate each and every website of the world? If you want to access the website of United States, so why would the United States website make the platform for Europe? Or suppose if they are trying to get some content from the Indian website, so in that case, why would Indian website comply with that of European Union's law? Or for any country, how they are going to regulate these things, how they are going to enforce this? So that is going to be one of the major challenge. Okay. There is another part, like alternative. There is one thing, alternative. There is an alternative which is device-based verification. Device-based verification. That it can verify whether a device is being used by a young one or an adult one. However, in many of the families, that will also be a challenge, that many of the families may be having one single device which everyone is using. So it is going to be challenging there also. But yes, this device-based verification can bring it down to a considerable level, because nowadays, especially the teenagers who are there, they have access to their own devices, at least mobile phones, tab, laptop. So they have their own devices. So on the basis of this, age, like device based verification may be a much more better option than content based verification, because content based verification is also impacting the privacy of the users. So this is one ongoing thing, like European Union has planned it. It will be implemented in future, and then we will get to know how it is actually working. So I hope this one is clear. Relatives gets very dangerous. How they are dangerous? Like Russia, Ukraine. So this is one thing, digital world, the concern and the alternative. Now coming to the next part. The next part is saying about this, the nuclear reforms in India. Okay. So here there is one such part, nuclear reform. And why this nuclear reform is there? Like what is the context of it? Just to give you an idea. Okay. In budget 2025-26, and even prior to this, okay, in the case of budget 2025-26 and even prior to this, what we have seen that India has envisaged 100 gigawatt of nuclear power by 2047. Plus at the same time, we are also going to allow private sector participation. We are also going to allow private sector participation. So this is one of the context. This is the context of the story, that we have made a target. The target is that we are going to have 100 gigawatt of nuclear energy by 2047. And in order to achieve this, we are going to have private sector involvement also. So this is one of the crucial part. Till now, we have kept the private sector out of the atomic energy. You know that atomic energy used to be one subject in which corporates, private sector are not allowed. Only we have some like NPCIL, Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited, or Bharatiya Navikiya Vidyut Limited. Yeah. So these are some of the PSUs which have been allowed to operate nuclear power plants in India, or have this investment in nuclear power plants. So now why there is a concern, or what is the concern all about? Like what is the major contention? What is the major contention? What is this major contention? It is about the civil liability. It is about this Civil Nuclear Liability for Nuclear Damage Act 2010. Civil liability for nuclear damage Act 2010. The main concern is about this one, Civil Liability for Nuclear Damage Act 2010. Okay. So this is saying that in the case of any such damage, due to nuclear power plant, who will be paying? Who will be paying the penalty, or who will be paying the money? So what we see that it says that rupees 1500 crore. This is going to be provided by operator. This is going to be provided by operator. So right now, who is the operator? Right now, the operator is public sector units, PSUs. If there is a damage up to 1500 crore, like up to 1500 crore, this is going to be provided by the PSU. Beyond this, like if we go this, beyond 1500, it will be paid by the government of India. So this is the nuclear liability in India in general. that up to 1500 crore rupees it is going to be provided by the operator, like the Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited. So this is the PSU which is providing it, irrespective of what the problem is, irrespective of the problem, they are going to pay it. But this is one part of the story. There is another part of the story, that under the same act there is another provision. There is another provision. Operator can claim loss against the supplier, the one who has provided the nuclear power technology, or the one who has built all the infrastructure. So operator can claim loss from supplier. The operator can claim loss from the supplier. They can ask the supplier that due to your fault, there was problem in our nuclear power plant. So now what we see, that the supplier is not beyond this. Although on the face of it, it seems that they are not liable for the public damage. But if we look at this, the operator has the option. The operator has the option. It is not mandatory on it. The operator is having the option that they can claim loss against the supplier if there is a faulty, if there is a defective equipment or services. If there is a defective equipment or services, they can claim loss against the supplier. Okay. They can sue the supplier. There is another part. Under the same thing, there is section 46. Section 46. Now, this is opening the floodgates. It provides for additional civil liability. Okay. It provides for additional civil liability. Let's suppose if there has been a major loss, due to neglect, then anyone can be asked to pay this civil liability. It can be operator, it can be supplier, it can be government of India. So everyone becomes liable here. So under the same act, we have three parts. One part is this, that in general, the liability is going to be with the operator. But this is one option which has been kept here. The option is this, that if there is a defective equipment or services, the operator can sue the supplier. So this is one part. This is one part why the investors are not ready. Second part is about the additional civil liability. There is no such quota on it. There is no such cap on it, that how much this additional civil liability can be. How much civil liability can be here? There is no such cap on it. So in that case, the private sector is having challenge in investing in case of any such nuclear power plants in India. Right now, our main aim is to have small modular reactors with the help of private sector. Okay. So can you tell me what is the concept of this SMR, a small modular reactor? We are developing BSMR, Bharat Small Modular Reactor. They can have capacity from 50 megawatt to like 300 megawatt. So we are creating this Bharat Small Modular Reactor. We are in the process of creating this Bharat Small Modular Reactor. So in this, we can have like reactors from 50 megawatt to up to 300 megawatt also. See, here if you look at this, one thing is it is a small, second thing is it is modular, and third part it is a reactor. Reactor means it is a nuclear reactor. A small means its capacity is up to 300 megawatt, maximum 300 megawatt. A traditional, a normal nuclear reactor is of having capacity 750 megawatt to even higher. Now this is having 1/3 capacity. Its capacity is 1/3 to up to 300 megawatt. The second part, it is modular. Modular means it is prepared in the factories and assembled on location. So it is like pre-made, it is prefabricated and assembled at location. So we can have faster, we can have very quick, assembly, or we can have very quick like formation of this one. So it is prefabricated units. So this is also one part why they are called as SMR, small modular reactors. So I hope this one part is clear. Any doubt in this? So last week we have seen this one part, that how much solar energy is there in India. Last week we have seen this one part, that how much solar energy is there in India. So now we are also seeing this one part, how much nuclear energy is there in India, or what plans we are having for it. So this is one such scheme. Now coming to the next part, the United Nations voting pattern. So this article is suggesting that in India, that now we are changing this voting pattern. Okay. We are changing this voting pattern. So this article is an observation. It is saying that now India, it is abstaining from voting. Abstains from voting. That India has been abstaining from voting. Means we are neither saying yes, we are not saying no. We are abstaining from voting, so we are not giving any yes or no. So this is one part which has been said here, that India is abstaining. So this is one such section which has been identified. Like in 2025, in 44% cases, or resolutions, in 44% resolution, India has abstained. India abstained from voting. So can you tell me, like, why India is abstaining from voting on UN resolutions? Why we are abstaining from voting on UN resolutions? Just to show you a trend, look at this one trend here, the blue lines. Okay, the blue lines which are there. In initial days, it has been very much fluctuating. Okay. So now you see that, just look at these 5 years. Look at these 5 years, you will see there is an enormous growth in abstaining. Look at the blue lines. The blue lines which are here, you can see that there is a general increase in the last 30 years also, and particularly in the last 5 years, there has been a massive increase. The blue lines which you see here, they are showing the increase in the abstaining of India's voting. Yeah. So the question is there, that why India is abstaining? Why? Okay. The question is this one part, that why India is abstaining. So here simple answer is, now we are living in a bipolarized world. Bipolarized world. And in this case, what we are seeing, that there is a like greater polarization. There is a greater polarization. So we are seeing that we are trying to avoid becoming part of one bloc over other. So here this is one thing, neutrality, maintaining neutrality. We are trying to maintain neutrality. There is another part of it. There is another part of it why India is abstaining. In many of the cases, what has been seen that the devil lies in the details. You may have seen this, that when you are looking at any deal, it is generally said that the devil lies in the details. So here also there is one challenge, that overall the resolution seems to be neutral. But if you go for a fine reading of it, you will find that there are certain clauses which are not good. So resolutions are lacking clarity, lack of clarity on resolution and presence of complexity. Okay. So there is also lack of clarity in resolutions, and at the same time we see that abstaining because of a few clauses. Abstaining because of a few clauses. It is same like this, that you and your roommate are making a deal someday. Okay. You are making this one deal that maybe you and your siblings or you and your roommate, depending on where you live, you are making a deal with each other. The deal is saying that, okay, you will bring the vegetables, you will bring the cereal grains. Okay. Second one is saying you will bring the milk, third one is saying you will bring the water. Okay. So you have made all the deals. And finally, one of your sibling, they have made the last part of deal that if I am not feeling good, then you will do all the work. Okay. But this will not be applicable on you. So suppose you are making a deal with your sibling like this, in which every good thing is for him, or there is a balance, and in the end there is something which is rightly in the favor of one person only. In same manner, now here it is not about siblings, here is about countries. So suppose there is a resolution which has been given by US. Now most of the part of that deal is good, that we are going to have a combined activity towards terrorism. We will do this for terrorism. We will counter money laundering. We will counter terrorist financing. We will prepare a global list of terrorists. We will do all these things. And one last part was, there will be a committee for counter terrorism. The last part of that was reading that the committee for counter terrorism will be headed by Pakistan. So suppose every part of the deal was good, but at the end there was one such thing which was written, that the committee for counter terrorism will be held by Pakistan. So like you have gone through the 99 clauses and there was one provision for which you have to reject or abstain from voting. So this is one thing. So this is the pattern of, this is the increasing pattern of like abstaining from voting by India. This is showing that Indian diplomacy is becoming gradually mature and focusing on strategic interest. Yeah. So there is one such like a story behind it. Focus on strategic, like strategic autonomy. So this is one part why we are not going for voting yes or no in most cases of will. So this is the reason. Now one article which was there, the article is about places in news. So we have this one location, Ethiopia, and there is a country, Eritrea. So all of them, like both of them, they are part of this region of Horn of Africa. And there is a clash which is going on between them. You can see the Eritrean president warns Ethiopia against waging war. Okay. So That is one thing. Like both countries have been fighting for quite some time now. They have been fighting for quite some time now. And there is a special location, like you can see, this is the part of Ethiopia. Here we have Ethiopia and a smaller country here, Eritrea. Eritrea is there and Ethiopia is there. Now there is a particular region which you will see here. There is one region of Tigray. Okay. There is one region of Tigray which is such area where Ethiopia says that the Eritrea is supporting the rebel forces in Tigray region. Okay. That in Tigray region there is support of the rebel groups by the Eritrea. So they are like also saying this one part that Eritrea is like challenging, or Eritrea is creating challenges for Ethiopia. So in recent times, Ethiopia has been becoming more and more aggressive, and they might also start a war with Eritrea. So this is the war hotspot. Here we have the Yemen. Okay. Yemen is famous for the Houthi rebels. Here we have the Red Sea, the Gulf of Aden. This is the region of Somalia. This part is of Somalia. And see here, like what we see also, that there is a fight which is going on between Ethiopia and Eritrea. And at the same time, there is a fight which is going on between Ethiopia and Somalia also. Like in the case of Tigray region, Ethiopia is saying that Eritrea is intervening in that. In the same manner, Somalia is saying that you are also doing the same thing under this area of Somaliland. There is an area called as Somaliland. So it is being said by them that you are also interfering in this Somaliland area. So there is a conflict between Somalia and Ethiopia also. Somalia is now saying that Ethiopia is helping them. Ethiopia is saying that Eritrea is helping Tigray, the like rebel groups in Tigray, or they are causing instability in this area. So this is one part which is going on between these countries. Here we have this Eritrea, this a small country here, is Djibouti. Here we have Yemen, Ethiopia, Somalia, Djibouti and Eritrea. They are the four regions. Of this Great Horn of Africa. The four countries are part of this Great Horn of Africa also, and they are also there in the conflict. So remember this one area. Remember this, yes. You can remember them by seed. Okay. They are the part of seed. Somalia, Ethiopia, Eritrea and Djibouti. So that is one part. Then one last news is there, Moon Day. Okay. So can you tell me, why do we have the Moon Day? Like why we are celebrating this July 20? This is being celebrated by like as Moon Day, International Moon Day. This is being celebrated as International Moon Day. This was officially recognized by United Nations General Assembly in 2021. So can you tell me why we are having this International Moon Day? Like why we are celebrating this? Chandrayaan mission. Right? It is not because of Chandrayaan mission. It was recognized in 2021. It is because of Apollo 11 mission. Now, United Nations General Assembly is not saying that it is because of Apollo mission. They are saying like it is about like the collective progress. It is about collective progress of all nations. Collective progress of all nations in exploring moon. So they are saying that it is about collective progress of all nation in exploring moon. But at the same time, like the Apollo 11 lander mission, like this, the Apollo 11 lunar module, it has landed on 20th of July. Okay. So that is one thing. In 1969, we have this like Apollo 11 mission. Okay. So Apollo 11, this has landed on moon on 20th of July. So this is one controversy. Okay. So this is one part. There is another issue that at what time this has landed. Will it be 20 July? Will it be 21st July? So there is one like many discussion about this. Some say it should be 21st July. Some say it should be 20 July. You can keep it any day. Moon is not going to mind this. Okay. So that is entirely up to you. You can celebrate it on 20th of July also, 21st of July also. Moon can celebrate its birthday every day. Okay. So it is the birthday of moon last day. You can wish it happy birthday. Let the moon stay there for some time. Then we will have tidal energy. Okay. And in future, you may plan to go over moon also. So you can have birthday of moon on any particular day as you want. So these are, acha, chess day also. Has been a very long time since I played chess. So yes. So moon and chess day both. Anyone's birthday also around the same time, 20th July. They can say I was born on the same day as the moon. Okay, so let's meet then in next session, that is tomorrow at 5 p.m. and then we will be discussing the future topics. Okay, so thank you everyone. The topics which we have discussed today, like we have been discussing these editorials also. So here we have discussed about aviation sector, the digital safety policy of European Union, the nuclear policy, the voting pattern of India in United Nations, places in news, that is Djibouti, Eritrea, Ethiopia and Somalia, Tigray region also. Okay. Then when they are asking question in UPSC exam, there is a much more likely chance that they will ask about Tigray region. So Tigray region is there in Ethiopia. Okay. So thank you everyone. Let's meet tomorrow and then we will discuss the remaining themes. Thank you. Take care.